Good afternoon, all the panel member. I will inform that we are going live. So after that, you can start the proceedings after 5 seconds. Okay.
Yes, so we can mute ourselves meanwhile, right? So we can unmute whenever we need to speak.
You may start the proceeding. We are live.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Board of Directors of Kalyani Forge Limited, I, Rohan Deshpande, Company Secretary of the company, welcome you all for 43rd Annual General Meeting, which is being held today through video conferencing or other audio-visual means. Before I hand over the proceeding to the chairperson to declare the meeting open, I would like to highlight certain points here. The joining to this meeting opened 15 minutes before the scheduled time of the commencement of the meeting, which is 2 p.m. and it will remain open for another 15 minutes after the end of the meeting. Members are encouraged to join the meeting through laptops and headphones for better experience and use internet with good speed to avoid any disturbance during the meeting. Participants connecting from mobile devices or tablets or through laptops connecting via mobile hotspot may experience audio-video loss due to fluctuation in their respective network. It is therefore recommended to use a stable Wi-Fi or LAN connection to mitigate any kind of aforesaid glitches. As mentioned in the notice, the facility for participation at the AGM through video conferencing or other audiovisual means, members on first come first serve basis, except for large shareholders, promoter, institutional investors, directors, key managerial personnel, the chairperson of the audit committee, nomination and remuneration committee, and stakeholder relationship committee, as well as the auditors who are allowed to attend the AGM without any restrictions on account of first come first serve basis. Subsequent to circular issued by Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the facility to appoint proxy to attend and cast vote for members is not available for this AGM. However, the body corporate is entitled to appoint authorized representative to attend the AGM through video conferencing or other audio-video means and participate and cast their votes through e-voting. The register office of the company situated at Pune shall be deemed as the venue for this AGM and proceedings of the AGM shall be deemed to be made hereat. We have received a request from a member for registration as a speaker shareholder in today's AGM. I would further like to inform you that register of directors, shareholding, director contract, etc. are open for inspection of the members at the register office of the company. As per the articles of association of the company, directors are requested to elect chairperson of the meeting.
I, Abhijit Sen, now propose Mrs. Rohini Kalyani to be the chairperson of the meeting.
I second the resolution.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Rohini Ji Kalyani is elected as the chairperson of the meeting. I now request her to take the chair.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I welcome you all to the 43rd Annual General Meeting of your company. This meeting is being held through video conferencing and other audio-visual mode in accordance with the circular issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. We have the requisite quorum present through video conference to conduct the proceedings of this meeting. Participation of members through video conference is being reckoned for the purpose of quorum as per the circulars issued by MCA and Section 103 of the Companies Act 2013. The quorum being present, I call this meeting to order. The notice convening this meeting and the director's report had already been emailed to all shareholders and are taken as read. I welcome other colleagues on the board of your company to the 43rd Annual General Meeting. Now, let me ask your board of directors to introduce themselves.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Viraj Kalyani, Executive Director of Kalyani Forge Limited. I'm joining this AGM today from Pune as well. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Abhijit Sen, an independent director of the company and chairman of the audit committee of Kalyani Forge Limited. I'm joining this AGM from Mumbai today. Thank you.
Start करनी sir.
Pradeep, you are on mute.
Yeah, I am Pradeep Narkhani, also an independent director of the company. I am chairman of the NRC. I'm joining the meeting from Cupertino in California. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Adit Rathi, independent director of Kalyani Forge. I am joining this AGM from my office in Pune. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I would move further. Following attendees are also attending the AGM. Mr. Lakshmi Narayan Patra, Chief Financial Officer of the company. Chartered Accountant Rajesh Joshi, Partner KSIS, Statutory Auditor of the company. Chartered Accountant Harjit Joshi, Internal Auditor of the company. Company Secretary Nitin Prabhune, Secretarial Auditor and Scrutinizers for 43rd Annual General Meeting. Now I request the chairperson to address the shareholders.
Okay, thank you. Dear shareholders, I am pleased to present to you Kalyani Forge Limited annual report for the financial year 2021-22. The financial year 2021-22 has gone by the several challenges right from COVID-19 second wave affecting the first and second quarter of the year, increase in the geopolitical tension between Ukraine and Russia, which eventually led to increase in the prices of raw materials and constraints in global supply chains. Despite the challenging global situation, we remain focused about our market opportunities and providing the best to our customers. The year 2021-22 was very challenging for your company too. The company continues to forge ahead on long-term strategic growth path, and I am happy to state that we stood up to the challenge with grit and determination. The relentless commitment and dedication of every member of the company helped it to overcome many challenges during the year. This has made it possible to present to you the financial results for the year 21-22 with robust set of numbers and ratios. The company has always made efforts to increase value to its shareholders and reward them whenever possible. And with this positive note, your board has recommended a dividend of rupees 3, that is 30%, on a face value of rupees 10 each. In the last year, we had declared dividend of rupees 1.5 per share. We have achieved a total revenue of rupees 247.82 crores, EBITDA of rupees 19.10 crores, and profit after tax of rupees 3.13 crores. We had a good year with the sign of growth in our top line. Your company has surpassed the difficult phase of COVID and geopolitical unrest. We are hopeful that global market will recover with the positive swings. During the year, we demonstrated strong cost discipline, continued to maintain high customer centricity, and sustained operational efficiencies, leading to a better financial performance as compared to previous year. We utilized this year to consolidate our position in automotive forgings and machine components and gear up for vehicle electrification with our OEM customers. Along with this, we have made strides in the industrial segment as well. And since 2018, we have achieved double the level of industrial sales compared to earlier years. We have revived our strategies for growth, which were formulated in 2015 and continued till the pre-pandemic period. Our organic growth strategy consists of 4 levers: customer acquisition, global expansion, complex product diversification, and segment leadership. During the year, company has seen continued growth in existing customers and inflows of new customer orders. We utilize this time to develop new products for existing and new customers and generated new orders in the auto, commercial vehicles, and industrial, based in India, USA, and Europe. I'm happy to share that this year we clocked an all-time high of export sales of rupees 31 crores with the increased business from our global customers. As part of complex product diversification, we have successfully established new value-added manufacturing processes for driveline and transmission products. These include induction hardening, keyway broaching, spline broaching for leading customers located in Europe. This will enable us to expand our driveline market for higher performance cars. The Government of India has undertaken multiple initiatives to promote the manufacturing and adoption of electric vehicles in the country. With the considerable expansion in the public EV charging infrastructure, the electric vehicles have started penetrating the Indian markets. The motive behind promoting electric vehicles is for sustaining the resources and have clean and green environment. Your company has already started participating in the development programs of EVs with leading car OEMs in India. We hope to start serial production in the coming financial year. We will be further participating in the green initiative of Government of India by investing in R&D towards manufacturing parts for electric vehicles. I have confidence in my team members and their ability to deliver innovative and best-in-class products and solutions to our customers. Looking ahead, we'll focus on building a long-term sustainable business where every customer, partner, supplier, and employee can benefit the shared value of our business success. I thank you all, our employees and all stakeholders, customers, suppliers, bankers, financial institutions, consultants, and my fellow directors for their support throughout the year. I am confident in our growth and improved performance over the medium to long term. I also take this opportunity to thank all the stakeholders for continuing to believe in our vision and work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, for the amazing speech. I'd further like to mention Mr. Viraj Kalyani, Executive Director of the company, would like to brief on the company's operation and the growth plan.
Right. Thank you, Rohan. I will be sharing a presentation screen to the audience. Yes, Rohan, could you confirm that it's visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, shareholders. I have an investor briefing presentation for all of you, continuing with the speech given by our executive chairperson. I will be getting into some details about the highlights of last financial year, as well as give you a flavor of the growth initiatives that we are taking in this financial year, FY23. So the main highlights of this year gone by are revenue growth of 31% over FY21. Exports have been at an all-time high. Trucks business has grown 62%, which is one of our major segments and has contributed to the overall revenue growth. And we have also kickstarted Vriddhi, which is a growth mission up to 2027. This is a 5-year growth long-range plan, and we will be updating you every year on the progress we are making, starting from this year itself. So coming to our exports, which have been at an all-time high. As you can see, the trend over the last 8 years or so, our exports have been steadily improving. And the increased volumes of FY21 are mainly from European industrials and agro business. this is what has contributed to the high growth in exports. We've also improved our supply chain execution after the pandemic challenges and brought back up the exports onto a growth track. Our share of business of exports compared to overall business is 15%, which is also an all-time high. However, we do recognize that this 15% is a low ratio, keeping in mind our long-term growth targets. And over the coming years, we are targeting to improve this much more. Then another highlight has been our machine component sales. This has also been on a rise and has seen good progress over the last 10 years. We had made a target of having machine sales more than 50% of our business. This was back in FY 12-13, and we've achieved that target from FY 16 onwards consistently. We have been above 50% in terms of machine component sales. In FY 22, these sales have again been at an all-time high of 57%, which is quite encouraging and shows us that we are on the right strategic product mix. The benefits of this business, of machine business, is better customer satisfaction, increased value addition, and increased profitability. Most of our customers are OEMs and tier 1 manufacturers, and they prefer having suppliers that give ready to assemble or fully finished components. So that is the strategy we are deploying and ensuring that this value goes up. There will also be further machining capacity additions in the coming years, which I will talk about in the next slides. So here are some of the growth initiatives of FY23. First one is stub axle machining. Stub axles are part of the steering product group, and we have been supplying them as forged for the last several years. This year, we are going to start supplying machine stub axles, and we are installing a new steering products machining line in Q3. As you can see on the slide, there's a layout of this line which is already prepared, and the work for the new CapEx is already underway. The second growth initiative is larger forgings. As a company, we have been supplying typically small-sized forgings, and now we are going to increase our maximum sizes. By doing so, we will be able to access the medium-duty trucks market. Currently, a lot of our products are in light commercial vehicles or the passenger vehicles. But for the trucks business, we have many products which can be deployed on medium and heavy-duty trucks. So we will be proactively developing bigger-sized forgings and increase our maximum product weight from 9 kg to 12 kg. The biggest impact of increasing a product weight is that it will have a multiplier effect on our revenue and top line growth, as well as our productivity and bottom line. This is because the forging industry is largely driven by tonnage in terms of production output. And finally, our third and important growth initiative is for the electric vehicles business. This is something the executive chairperson also highlighted in her speech. The good news is Kalyani Forge has the car business, which is quite, for the majority of it, EV agnostic. What this means is 97% of our passenger car business is with components and parts which will remain in electric vehicles as well, and they will not get replaced. It's only about 3% of our car business that is typically part of the engine assemblies, and those have some threat of getting eliminated in the move towards electrification. So from a risk point of view, we are in a pretty good and strong position. Now our imperative is to grow aggressively in the existing product portfolio of our car business to capture the electric vehicle market as well. So we are commencing component SOPs, that is start of production for certain EV car models in this current Q2 of FY23. So that is the state of electric vehicles. Some of the shareholders have asked us these queries just before the AGM. So I was happy to shed some light on this today. And in fact, one of our oldest shareholder, Mr. Marathe, has given us a lot of valuable feedback, and he had asked about the EV strategy as well. So that's all I have for our overall perspective on our growth and existing company highlights. With this presentation, it is our intention to give you a more in-depth and intimate understanding of your company so that you are part of this growth journey along with us. We look forward to all your feedback and suggestions and your continued support. Thank you.
As the meeting is held through video conferencing mode, the notice of annual general meeting and annual report comprising of the board of directors report, corporate governance report, statutory auditors report, and standalone financials of the company is being circulated to the shareholders whose email IDs are registered with the company or with linking time or with the depository participant. I would just go through the brief agenda items which are being read for the shareholders' approval. Agenda item number 1, to receive, consider, and adopt the audited financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2022, together with the reports of the board of directors and auditors thereon. Agenda item number 2, to declare a dividend on equity shares for the financial year ended 31st March 2022. Agenda item number 3, to appoint a director in place of Mr. Gauri Shankar Kalyani, who retires by rotation and being eligible offer himself for reappointment. Agenda item number 4, to consider appointment of cost auditor of the company. I will move forward. Pursuant to the provisions of Companies Act 2013 and SEBI listing regulation, the company has provided facility for voting by electronic means to all its members to enable cast their votes electronically, and the business may be transacted through such e-voting. For this purpose, the company has tied up with the e-voting facility of Lincoln Time India Private Limited for facilitating voting through electronic means as an authorized agency. The company provided remote e-voting facility to all the persons who were members as on August 11, 2022. Being the cutoff date for vote on all the 4 resolutions set out in the notice of AGM, members attending the AGM today who have not cast their vote by remote e-voting are entitled to exercise their right to vote by e-voting. Company Secretary Nitin Prabhune has been appointed by the board as scrutinizers for e-voting today. The results will be declared within 2 days after considering the e-voting done today by members participating in this AGM and also remote e-voting already done by certain members. The results along with the scrutinizers report shall also be submitted to the stock exchange, that is National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange, and will also be placed on the website of the company. As the meeting is conveyed through video conferencing today, resolution have already been put to vote through remote e-voting, and the requirement to propose and second is not applicable. As we have received a speaker request, we will like to move forward to attend the request. I request the speaker to unmute himself and proceed to ask the question. Please mention your name, folio number, and the location from where you are joining.
Thank you so much, sir. We have only one speaker for the event, Mr. Vinay Bide. You may speak now, sir.
Hello. Are you able to see me? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear
I
you
think
too.
I'm there on the panel. Fine, I'll start. Chairperson Rohini Kalyani, Mr. Gauri Shankar Kalyani, Mr. Viraj Kalyani, other directors present at today's AGM, company executives, shareholders. As already announced, I am Vinay Bhide. I am your company shareholder from Mumbai. I have gone through the annual report. It is well prepared. I have also listened, very carefully both to the chairperson's statement as well as Mr. Viraj Kalyani's presentation. I am extremely happy about that. Now I've got a few questions which I am basically proposing to ask to understand the present and the future better. And the questions are as follows. The first question is, what was the percentage revenue breakup between local and export for financial year 21-22? And how does this trend compare with the percentage trend in the prior years? That is the first question. My second question is on the agro and the rural vertical. The agro and the rural vertical forms a sizable part of our revenue. The vertical experienced a flat year in FY 21-22. With the monsoon expected to be favorable, what is the revenue outlook and the current order book position in this vertical? And the third and the final question is on the capacity utilization. The average capacity utilization of our manufacturing plants in FY 21-22. Could you please give me the figure? What was the figure for this year, and what is the expected trend in the capacity utilization in the coming years? So these are the two questions which I have listed out, from the reading of the annual report. So I will close, with best wishes, to both the directors as well as the employees at all levels. And I must say that, the company has taken adequate, care to ensure that my participation here. Mr. Rohin Deshpande has been, in adequate contact. I'm extremely pleased about that. And I support all the resolutions, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. Thank you so much.
All right. I can take these questions. Go on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Bide, thank you so much for your participation and your taking a lot of interest in the company's business and asking these pertinent questions. So I'll take them, I'll address them one by one. Your first question was on the exports percentage. I have presented this in my slide as well. I can just put it up again. So our current exports percentage is 15% compared to overall sales. And the trend also you can see in the graph. In FY 16 and 17, we were at 9 or 8% levels. Then we've climbed up to 10% and then 12% in FY 21. And FY 22, it's reached an all-time high of 15%. Again, here going forward, we are targeting to take this even higher, probably around 20% levels over the next coming years. As international growth is one of our major thrust areas. Right? Then just come out of the screen sharing. Yeah. Your second question was on the agro business. Yes, it was a flat year compared to the previous financial year. However, in FY23, that's the ongoing year, we are seeing some improvement in the business. The order book is about 10% higher than the previous year. So we are hoping to see much better increase in the agro vertical. Apart from that, we are also taking some initiatives in acquiring new customers for our existing agro product lines. And your third question, just trying to recollect, was capacity utilization. Yes. So on capacity utilization, overall, On average, our capacity is about 60% utilization, taking all our 4 different plants into account. Our machining plants are at a higher utilization compared to our forging plants. There are multiple factors for this. In some of the forging plants, we also have aging machinery, which is coming to the end of its life cycle. So we are planning some replacements or refurbishments this year. This is all part of the ongoing asset management process. We will be adding some more capacity for machining in certain processes, as well as the stub axle machining line, as I mentioned. And we should be targeting around 70% utilization in all plants. So I hope this addresses all your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our shareholder, Mr. Vinay Bhide, and thank you very much, our director, Mr. Viraj Kalyani, to giving the sufficient answers to the queries which are being asked by the shareholders. I would I would request the chairperson to conclude the 43rd annual general meeting with vote of thanks, as we have only received 1 speaker request. Apart from that, there were no speaker requests. So we will move further for concluding this AJ. So I request the chairperson to conclude the 43rd annual general meeting.
Thank you, members. Thank you, directors, bankers, statutory auditors, cost auditors, internal auditors, and secretarial auditors for attending this annual general meeting and your continued support. Members attending the AGM today who have not already cast their vote by remote e-voting may cast their vote on the e-voting platform now. You are given 15 minutes time for e-voting. I once again thank you, all of you, for participating in this AGM. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, ma'am. The panel member.